So there's this sound that a man will make when he is in the garage all by himself, away from his wife, away from his kids, away from earshot of any neighbors, all alone. And it isn't yelling and screaming. It isn't necessarily cursing unless you smack your head off the ladder as you're trying to get something. And it isn't necessarily passing gas. Yes, we have to have that fart joke in here. But on a serious note, what it is a deliberate exhale through his teeth. And I have done this, and you have done this. And you have done this when you took that bullshit phone call that you did not want to take and had to get involved with somebody else's crap. And you've done it when you passed your kid's bedroom and you realize you did not have that talk that you promised you were going to have. And you've done this when you were on your way home from work and some asshole comes riding up your ass and whips around you recklessly, and your first intention is to stomp on that gas pedal. And you've also done this when you, last Tuesday at 6:27 whatever p.m., it hit you and you don't know what it is. And friend, what that exhaust is, what that exhale is rage. I call it silent rage. You might call it, I'm just tired, I'm a little bit just overstressed. You might call it, I'm overworked, I have too much on my plate. And you may also say that, it's just one of those days. Well, friend, it has been one of those days for the past 15 years. And here's what they're not telling you, what this is costing you. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. First, if we haven't met, my name is Bernie Tiger, and I have for over 3 decades been working with men like you and I, and sat across from them who have been dealing with the same bullshit, and they did not know what they were carrying it, why they were carrying it, or how to put it down. And if you give me a few minutes, I'm going to show you in this video, I'm going to give you 2 basic things. One, I'm going to name what this is, and I'm going to name the 3 attributes that are part of it. And 2, I'm going to give you something that you can do right now, some concrete first step that can help you on your journey before you go to bed tonight so that you can begin the process, not completely, but begin the process of putting this down. Okay? So let's get into this. So first, let's discuss what is rage and what I'm referring to here. So for most of us 50 and older, and some younger, but mostly 50 and older, we can identify rage usually as the yelling and the screaming. It's external, right? It's the throwing shit against the wall, okay? It's also that when that guy rode up your ass in the car, you did stomp on that gas pedal and you chased his ass all the way down the highway, right? And when we don't do those things, we think everything is fine, that we're fine. And this is what is insidious about silent rage, because nothing could be farther from the truth. You see, this is costing you. And it's costing you when you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and you have your teeth clenched and you have no fucking idea why you're up. And it's costing you the communication and relationship with your wife because you are short-fused and you don't know how to even communicate and address things anymore. And it's costing you the patience that you had with your kids and even your grandkids when you swore to yourself you would never not have patience with them and for them. And it's also costing you your health. It's costing you through hypertension, which is high blood pressure. It's costing you in your gut when you have those GI issues going on and you don't know where the hell that came from. And it's costing you the pain you get in the back and in the shoulders and the one in the neck especially, and particularly when you get that headache that came out of nowhere and you have no idea where the hell that came from. These are just small costs, but what it is costing you, my friend, is it's going to cost you your life if you first don't address by identifying it and calling it out loud, and 2, start working on a process to put it down. Now, it's not going to cost you everything all at once. It's insidious. It's going to be doing it very slowly, little by little, as it has been for many years. So first, let me tell you about somebody I work with. And I think this will hone in a little bit of what I'm talking about here, and it'll certainly tie it together. So for all intensive purposes, we're going to call him David. All right. And David is a 58-year-old who has, from all outside exterior looks, has it made. He has a house. He has a 2-car garage with 2 cars in it. He's got the wife with 3 children. He's got the boat in the driveway. He's got the dog. He's got the good job. He's got the good pay. But when his wife reached out to me several months ago with significant concerns, stating that David has become unreachable and he's become extremely short-tempered, and this has been going on for a couple of years, but she's really noticed it ramping up and has been pretty significant this past year. And she wanted me to work with David. So I sat down with David. We had a couple of sessions. I got to know a little bit about him. And then on that 3rd session, we sat down and I explained to David his wife's concerns. And he chalked it up to everything I was just sharing before. He said, hey, I got way too much going on in my life. There's so much shit at work I'm dealing with. And then he went on about the kids. He had the after school work. He had the after school assignments. He had the after school sports with them between him and his wife. He was just rationalizing all of these challenges that were going on in his life. And this was what was causing this angst that he was dealing with. And then I asked him, and I said, I wanted him to think about this for a minute. I said, when was the last time that you haven't had to deal with that? When is the last time you basically had peace in his life? And he had to really, he stopped for a minute and he actually looked away from me and he kind of had to really contemplate this. After a pretty brief moment, he looked at me and he said, I really can't tell you when. I don't know when the last time is I had peace. You see, with David, his issues were that when he was a kid, he was never acknowledged by his father. He was never given credit for the hard work he did. His father just never really acknowledged him at all. And at his job right now, over the past 10 years, he's become less significant. They're not going to him for the major decisions that they used to all the time. He's not necessarily invited to those meetings that he used to be in, and he's feeling a disconnect there. And he's also in a point in his life where he's looking and he's saying, I'm not sure if I really am where I wanted to be at this point in my life, right? And what David is experiencing is exactly this, what I'm talking about here, silent rage. And he could not put a name to it. He did not understand it. So here are the 3 factors that play into this. Here's the 3 attributes that are part of what silent rage is and where it comes from. First is unresolved grief, right? That is where you grew up and a parent figure didn't give you the acknowledgement, or maybe it was a teacher, or maybe it was somebody that you looked up to. It could have been a mentor or somebody that you had growing up. Or maybe you had a loss right now of somebody that was in your life. Maybe it was when you were young. I lost my father when I was 11 years old to cancer. And as a result of that, I ended up homeless at 17, no fault of my own, right? These are losses and things that we have. You could have a significant loss right now. You could have lost your job, in fact, due to AI. A lot of things could be playing into this. And you haven't resolved it yet. You're still struggling with it and you're still spinning around. And I can say, once again, from personal experience, the impact that unresolved grief will do to you. Okay, this is one of the calling cards. The second one is invisibility. And I want to share with you, friend, the studies have shown time and time again right now that men 50 and older are the most invisible class right now on the planet. We are the forgotten group. We are absolutely not part of the normal day-to-day we see in life, the news feeds, the social medias, the world events, the jobs, the families, everything. We are the forgotten group right now, and it has been proven study after study. We are invisible, right? That right there is a factor. And the third is the most painful, and that is what I call the gap. And the gap is basically where you thought you were going to be when you started your journey here in life and where you are right now. And that difference, that incongruent points where you're not that same where you thought you were going to be, like David. I'm just sharing this because David had all 3 of these. That incongruence of I'm not where I wanted to be is extremely painful. And for many men, you just kind of spin around, just pressing through it, right? Because we don't talk about anger and rage because it's something that we suppress. We were taught to do this, either directly or indirectly. We were taught that if you expressed rage, it was dangerous, that you were looked at in a different level. You were considered somebody who could be somebody you didn't want to mess with, right? Or it was dangerous. Or it was just not the manly thing to do, right? I'm not a man if I have to express how I'm feeling and I'm feeling that rage inside of me. I can't express that. These are things that were brought to us and we have been stuffing it down for years. And until we are able to identify what this is and be able to talk about it, it will continue to fester and it will continue to poison our souls. And it will poison our bodies and our mind. And of course, it will absolutely kill us. In the end, rage will kill all of us, all right? Maybe not right away, but it eventually will. And I don't mean kill necessarily in a physical death. And I think you can identify exactly what I'm talking about. So I promised you in the beginning of this video that I would give you one thing that you can do right now that will put in motion your first step towards a real solution to this, to being able to put this down, okay? The very first thing I'm going to give you, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm going to offer this, and what you do with it, you do as you so choose and please. But I can say that after over 3 decades working as a behavioral health specialist in the field of behavioral health, mental health, psychiatry, and psychology, and not just from that academic aspect, but from the real life experiences, again, homeless at 17, living in a snowbank, okay? I'm sharing this and saying that this is one of the very first and most impactful things that you can do. It's a cathartic experience that you'll have by doing this. That is, tonight before you go to bed, find that quiet space in your life somewhere, whether it's a garage, maybe it's down in a studio, maybe it's wherever that is for you. And I need you to do this, okay? Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're listening to me, here's what my strong suggestion is. I need you to call it out. I need you to say this. I am dealing with fucking rage, and I don't necessarily know where it's coming from or what it's tied to. Necessarily, you may, but you may not. And in many men that I worked with over the years, many of them had no clue really what was underneath and what was going on. But before you put that head on the pillow tonight, friend, I'm asking you, call it out by name, and not here, not intellectually. I need you to speak it out in verbs. I need you to have that verbiage coming out of you. I am dealing with fucking rage, and I don't necessarily know where it's coming from or what it's tied to. That is an absolute first step. And if you do that for the next 5 days, you will start to feel a difference within a couple of days. It'll start feeling like, wow, hey, there is something underneath here. And after you have identified that and you've called it out, here's something else that you can do. I need you to get a pen or a pencil or crayon or whatever the hell you want to write with, and a piece of paper, journal preferably, maybe a notebook, whatever that looks like for you, my friend. And I need you to look at all 3 of those, the unresolved grief, the invisibility, and the gap. And I need you to start writing down for yourself where in any one of those areas, and generally it can be all areas too, is the challenges that you are not dealing with right now. Okay, I need you to take a look at those, because as you start this process, you will begin to understand, and the more that we understand, the better we can understand ourselves, because we can see it. And a lot of times when this stuff is inside, it's subliminal, it's deep down in our souls. Again, remember, we were taught to stuff this shit down deep inside of us. And as a result of that, we struggled for so many years. And I'm speaking once again, not just as a behavioral health clinician and a specialist, but somebody who has personally, physically gone through this whole process myself firsthand. So this isn't some just academic bullshit. This is truly from the real deal. This is a real life story from not just myself, but the many hundreds of men that have struggled with this that I've worked with over these 3+ decades. So if you found any value in this video, my friend, I'd ask please consider subscribing to our channel. It is a new channel and I have a lot of content going forward. Very similar topics to what we're discussing here right now. And if you would also like to be part of a community that also has these same discussions free of charge, I'll have a link below in the description. and that group is called the Tiger's Den. And in the Tiger's Den, we have our access group called the Silver Warriors Journey, and that's what this channel is. Silver, and we're warriors, and we're on our journey. I'd like to thank you for taking a moment to take you out of your busy life to watch this video. I look forward to an opportunity to be able to talk with you again in the next video. And please remember, if you're here this far, you are definitely a silver warrior, and I want to wish you nothing but the best on your journey.